Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Universal iRacing Series. Oh, hold on, my screen is not right. We're live from the UIS yet again today. Today it's the first race of the playoffs for the 40XLI Contender Series. It's a very, very small field we have today. Shocking, honestly, after the turnout we've had all year long. 12 cars show up to the first race of the playoffs, and the playoffs are, well, 12 cars deep. And today we go into these playoffs with Wyatt D. Thompson being your points leader, 31 to the good from all the bonus points in the regular season championship that he got. JJ Moore being in second place with 13 points. Henry Kaloff, third place with 5 points. He's a no-show today. Kaloff is a no-show today. And Kendorian Davis, who's P4 currently, he's 3 to the good. Trent Wilkin getting substitute today from Max Ford, his team owner. There's a bad wreck on the front straightaway. Max Ford will be making his season debut today here in the Contender Series. He won at Pocono last time. Kobe Duckworth, oh no, sorry. Max Ford is subbing for Kobe Duckworth, I believe. Zachary Trevino sneaks his way into the playoffs. He's third fastest. Carmelo Echeverria, he is here. He's the slowest right now. Benjamin Hagstrom being subbed for Peter Happy. Jackson Brown, Riley Maxwell, who isn't here today, and William Johnson. And Henry Kaloff is not here as well, now here. So the only person that is not here. Oh, sorry, Riley Maxwell is here. So basically everybody in the field is a playoff driver. So this is where you're gonna see who's really the best and who's gonna have that opportunity to go into these playoffs and go deep into them. And we only have 26 seconds left here. Probably going to be joined by Chase George here in the booth. And right now we're with JJ Moore, who's fastest in practice. Qualifying is starting now here. We're going to have a 5-minute, 2-lap qualifying session as per usual. JJ Moore will be your fastest guy in practice, and right behind him is Wyatt Thompson. So we'll see, who can really be the guy that's staying out here today and try to go out there and try to go get that pole position, get a little bit more bonus points. And right now, off of Imperial, Max Ford is subbing for Kobe Duckworth today. So, no substitute driver, I believe, for Trenton Wilkin. And Peter Hoppy on his lap in that 21 Ford Mustang Miller Lite car, subbing for Benjamin Hagstrom. Yet again. And here he goes, coming to his first lap of qualifying. Those Mach 5 guys are going to be very tough to beat, though. Henry Kaloff, currently top of the board. Hoppy, he goes 2/10 off of him. Brady Schreckengoss up the line to complete his first lap. He will go. Does not get a lap in. Has contact with the wall. It seems his lap has been disallowed. And it seems Whitey Thompson messed up his first lap as well. A lot of these guys are starting to think maybe that's a first lap hot lap. Go with JJ Moore. Yep, and he's given up. So it is definitely a first lap hot lap racetrack here. Max Ford. Riley Maxwell top of the board. Max Ford hard on the wall. He will reset the car. He's going to try it again. Ken Dorian Davis on his second lap. Brady Schreckengoss goes fourth fastest. Joshua Gilbert up to third. Jackson Brown, eighth fastest right now. And Zachary Trevino, one of your favorites probably to get into this championship race. Missed the Cup playoffs for the first time in I think probably 3 or 4 seasons. Was not able to show up enough this season. He's up to the line. What can he do with a qualifying run? He will go top of the board by almost 2/10. And here's Whitey Thompson on the back straightaway for the final time for him and his qualifying efforts. See those purple banners that say 40XLI on them. That will be the purplish pink that's on the hood at the top, where the nameplate would be on the splitter and on the rear spoiler. That is who is in the playoffs, so you can know. And up to the line, Jackson Brown goes third fastest. Whitey Thompson goes top of the board. Are we surprised? No, we are not. Steven Maggio is also shown up today for his second race. He showed up last week and he won. Oh my God, it's bad. It's bad. Bad wreck for Maggio. And he'll be starting from the back. And qualifying is over. JJ Moore does not get a lap in. And that's some more bonus points for Whitey Thompson. His gap now, 34 points. And another pole position for him. That'll put him to 5 on the season. By far puts him by far first place for pole positions. And here we go. We'll go through our driver grid order when everybody gets lined up on the grid. Today's race, though, will be a 50-lap race, I believe. I'm going to take a look at it. Today's race will be a 60-lap race with our stage break being at lap 15. So, you know, classic Pocono is always fuel mileage races. We'll probably, you know, begin to see that again today. And, you know, who doesn't love a good fuel mileage race at Pocono? And here we go, we're rolling off the grid. So we'll go through our driver grid order for today's race. Starting P1 on the inside line, it's your points leader, will be Wyatt Thompson. Starting outside of him will be Zachary Trevino, which Trevino might be sent to the back because it doesn't look like he's got playoff banners on. P3, Riley Maxwell, his best starting position all season long. He sneaks into the playoffs. He's got an opportunity now to go win a championship. Next to him will be Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown has not won in, well, forever. And looking to, maybe get that second career UIS win. And P5 will be Ken Dorian Davis. Looking for his first UIS win. He's had the speed to do it. He's been in a championship race before in the Cup Series. Looking to go get a W today. Next in will be Henry Kaloff. Henry Kaloff got his first career win a few weeks back at Darlington. Looking to have some momentum going into these playoffs. Maybe he can go race for a championship. Behind him, Joshua Gilbert in that number 1 Chevrolet Camaro. Making one of his first starts of the season. Brady Schreckengost in that number 1 Chevrolet Camaro. Looking for a solid run today. And our next little bit of our drivers will be, hold on, William Johnson. He's in the playoffs. He's looking to continue his run. Oh, we're going green flag. Apparently, we're not delaying the green. So, screw the rest of the order. Green flag's out. Zachary Trevino will lead us off into turn 1. 3 wide racing right back there. Joshua Gilbert on the bottom. 4 wide with Max Ford. J.J. Moore trying to get his way through. Max Ford drifting up the racetrack. Blocking Moore on the exit. Down the back straightaway for the first time today. Wyatt Thompson already looking on Zachary Trevino. He's going to slide back into line. Right behind him, Jackson Brown, Riley Maxwell side by side through the tunnel turn. Maxwell gets a little bit loose off the corner. Jackson Brown slides into P3. And the battle for the lead, though, just starting to get good here on lap 1. Thompson looks a little loose right on the back bumper of the 2. You can see him wheeling the car, and he's hard on the outside wall. Wrecking to the bottom. Big wreck. Stephen Maggio, Joshua Gilbert, and the yellow flag is out. Those cars are tore up. See that one car on the bottom? That's Joshua Gilbert. The guy on the outside, Stephen Maggio. Just popped off the wall. Oh, just hard into the barrels. The left front tire disappeared for a moment. Everybody else made it through, though. Bad wreck. Gilbert's still sitting there. He toes to pit road now. Peter Hoppy's got some bad right front damage. As you can see that Miller Lite car back there. See if we can't get a little bit closer to the damage. I don't know if this is going to work. No, you can't see the damage from that view. Thompson could have some wheel damage, so lap 1 and wreck number 1. Hoppy will come down. Max Ford will come down as well, maybe for a little bit of fuel. Nope, he will not. He faked everybody out. Actually, that's a lie. He faked absolutely nobody out. So we under yellow for the first time here today. A little bit of time to talk about a little bit what's happened so far this season. The first race of the season, the Daytona, well, not the Daytona 500, the Classical Showdown. Travis Prather wins it. This feels forever ago. He wins it on the last lap with a bunch of guys wrecking. Second race of the season was claimed by J.J. Moore. Second and third race at Portland and Old Atlanta. J.J. Moore saved enough fuel at Old Atlanta, got a win, and saved enough fuel at Portland and got the win as well. Whitey Thompson got his first win of the season and his second win of his career. Forgot what track it was at, but he had that happen. Pete Tart as well, who I believe, yes, Pete Tart has given up his playoff spot. He won a race this season at Las Vegas, I believe. No, it was Phoenix. He won at Phoenix this season and led like 96 of 100 laps. Absolute dominant performance by him. He has not showed up since then. He did make the playoffs, but he did give up his spot. Benjamin Hagstrom has not raced in about a month here as well. He's had Peter Hoppy be his sub, as he's been dealing with, not owning tracks or other issues that he cannot run. And then last week, our regular season champion was crowned, and it was Whitey Thompson by a couple points. He was coming into the race 1 point behind J.J. Moore, and he ended up beating J.J. Moore out and got the regular season championship, and that would be his first, and he's trying to repeat as champion in the UIS to be the second ever person to do that. We are 1 to green now. Zachary Trevino takes the bottom. Peter Hoppy gets as much damage as he can done, or he might have fixed it all up. Let's go take a peek at that. Peek at the Hoppy machine. Looks pretty clean to me. Maybe just some front end damage on the fender. Zachary Trevino looking for his first win in a very long time. Zachary Trevino has not won since, I believe, last season at Texas Motor Speedway. No, it was not Texas. It was last season at Nashville, if I'm not mistaken. But still, this is out of the ordinary for him. He does not go seasons without winning. He doesn't go into seasons thinking, am I going to win a race? He's always at the front, always winning, and he's yet to get that victory this season. Trying to have the opportunity to go race for a championship. He's going to need a solid day here today to get himself a pretty good spot going into next week at Watkins Glen. The pace car is going to duck down, and Trevino will lead us into this restart zone here. And the green flag is waving. It's back out on our way again. Whitey Thompson with a bad jump on the outside line. Jackson Brown cannot get in front of him. He slides in front of Brown. And single file pretty calmly through the corner. Kendrick Davis looked to the bottom for a moment. 3 wide racing behind. Riley Maxwell on the outside line. That's Max Ford all the way on the outside wall almost. Contact being made between Cash Culp and I believe that's William Johnson into the tunnel turn now here. Trevino leads. Thompson behind. And we got a spinner into the outside wall. William Johnson cautions out immediately. We'll see what happens here. William Johnson's that pink Mountain Dew car right in the middle of the track. Contact with him and Cash Culp down the back stretch. Let's see what goes on here in this tunnel turn. He starts to move down. He's clear of Culp. And Cash just drove it in deeper and cleaned him out. That's bad damage for Johnson. And we are yet to complete a lap on a green flag. So remember when I said that this should be a clean race with not that many drivers? Well, clearly not the case. We're under caution for the second time here in 6 laps. We're 1 to green now. It looks like. No, we are not. Monday night, we were here at Pocono in the truck series, and that was, you know, what this is starting to shape up to be. Tons and tons of cautions and a lot of wrecks there, and it was a bad race. I think it was like 2 or 3 overtimes. And, you know, that's what we're starting to see here today. Lots of guys already out of this race. Maggio is out. Joshua Gilbert is out. William Johnson's on pit road with very bad damage. Max Ford looks to be having damage, if I believe. Maybe we are 1 to green. The lights are off on the pace car, so it looks like we're 1 to green. Looks like we're going to go green flag this time by. And let's see, Max Ford with damage. No damage on the Max Ford machine. So he's trying to catch the field 8 seconds behind. So already shortening cautions here today. Lights are off on the pace car. Pace car will duck down. Max Ford has made it. Oh, he's had to try to slow the car down. And on Trevino in the restart zone. Green flag again. Good jump for Trevino. Good jump for Thompson. Trevino's clear to the top if he wants it. Maxwell pushing Thompson into the corner. And everybody's giving space. Cash Culp losing a couple spots off the start. Off of turn number 1 down the back straightaway, Zachary Trevino still out front. He qualified 2nd, and he's led every lap so far today with Whitey Thompson behind, followed by Riley Maxwell. The stage is at the end of lap 15, so that's what these guys are racing for. The top 7 will get stage points. JJ Moore is in 7th place right now in that Taco Bell car on the outside line back there. 2nd in points. He's been the main guy that's been able to battle with Whitey Thompson, and everybody's into the outside wall. Cash Culp comes down pit road to serve a penalty, it seems. Maybe a drive-through for the incidents that he caused. And Ken Dorian Davis defends to the bottom of Henry Kaloff. More side by side with Henry Kaloff down the back straightaway. Davis looking to the bottom of Jackson Brown. He's going to get to his quarter panel. He's going to drive it into the tunnel turn. They give each other space. Is Jackson Brown going to be able to keep it off the wall? Yes, he will. He retains the position. JJ Moore gets Henry Kaloff in the meantime. And Moore's driving like he's on a mission right now. He's really wheeling that car. He's really wheeling that car right now, but Zachary Trevino out front. 6 to go on the stage, followed by Thompson and Riley Maxwell. Riley Maxwell putting on a very solid performance so far. JJ Moore up into P4 if he clears Brown. Yes, he will. JJ Moore into 4th place. So we got a Mach 5 Racing 2, 3, and 4. Brown back underneath them. And there's contact! They both save it! What a save from Jackson Brown and JJ Moore. No space given. And Peter Hoppy maneuvering his way through. Hoppy's going to have a hell of an exit here. Brady Schickengoss on the outside wall. Trevino snaking down the front straightaway. Kaloff all the way to the bottom. Peter Hoppy slides in front of Jackson Brown right behind Brady. Wow, what a last 30 seconds. Moore and Brown keep it off the wall. They keep it off everything else. And, well, we maintain green flag racing here in the top 3 are pulling away. The 88 and the 7 going to try to get linked up here on this front straightaway. Coming to 4 to go on the stage. Look at everybody bouncing off the wall. That long straightaway. 2/10 now. The gap between Trevino and Thompson. Maxwell's going to get underneath them. Does Riley Maxwell think he's got a better opportunity to win the stage over his teammate? Trevino helping out Maxwell, knowing he's going to be a bigger problem, and Maxwell is in the P2. Does Thompson still have damage? Or does he have damage from that lap 1 wreck? Or the lap 1 incident off of turn 3 where he hit the wall? And hit the wall again right there. Maybe he's just got a damage or something. And Max Ford will pit here. He's going to try to flip the stage. So he's going to come out in the lead at the end of the stage. Assuming he stays out. Really even lap times last time for Maxwell and Trevino, 54.7 for both of them. 55.2 for Thompson. He just cannot be there to help his teammate. Maxwell definitely better through the tunnel turn. Here we go. Coming to 2 to go on the stage. 3.5 tenths separates the top 2. Any mistake for either of them will end the stage more than likely. 3 tenths of the gap. Trevino trying to snake down the front stretch the best he can. Under 3 tenths now. 2.2, less than 2.5 tenths into turn 1. Maxwell drive it in really deep. He's almost there. Off the corner, Trevino's going to have the more speed. Two and a half tenths now. Trevino with a way better run through the tunnel turn. You've seen he hit that later apex than Maxwell. He's been getting closer and closer now. He's about a tenth faster that last lap. He's going to need another tenth this time and a lot more in the last lap. Here we go. White flag in the air in the stage. 3 tenths the gap as we come to the line. Swerving down the front straightaway. This is the difference between a guy that's up at the front every week versus a guy that's, you know, normally not. And it's no offense to Riley Maxwell, but Trevino is definitely the more skilled and experienced driver, and you can just tell by their lines how much earlier Maxwell's turning into these corners versus Zach. And Maxwell's really getting to the bottom early into turn one. Zach's arcing it down there, and Zach can really get that drive off, and Maxwell cannot, and that's going to burn Maxwell's right front off, but does not matter as we're coming to the line. Zachary Trevino will win the stage, leading the first 15 laps, followed by Riley Maxwell, Whitey Thompson, Ken Dorian Davis, JJ Moore, Peter Hoppy, and Henry Kaloff, and that'll end your stage. That's your stage point scores. Carmelo, Brady, Schreckengoss, Jackson Brown will follow them. Cash Culp, after serving his drive through penalty. Max Ford pitted early, so he should be staying out here. And then that'll do it for the stage. Top 7 gets points, and Zachary Trevino will win the stage for the first time of the season, I believe. Second stage win of the season for Zachary Trevino. See if we can get Zachary Trevino in here. It's looking like a no for now. Zachary Trevino, you got a copy in the booth? You know, you get your second stage win of the season, dominated the stage actually. You know, what are you looking forward for this for the end of this race? You know, do you think you got that long run pace to end up winning this thing? Yeah, you know, you were really quick through that first stage. You know, good luck for the rest of the race. You know, you're definitely one of the favorites to win this race. So, you know, we'll probably end up seeing you. We'll see. What is it? 44 laps time. So, you know, good luck for the rest of the race, and you know, go win.
Yep, thank you.
So that was Zachary Trevino, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go through pit road cycles. Max Ford will be your new leader. Lots of guys missing their box. This is a tough pit road, as you can see back there. Right where Peter Hoppy is in that Miller Lite Ford Mustang, you can see the hill. This pit road is very undulated. It's very hard to miss your stall and everything like that. Trevino comes out. He'll be P2. Maxwell behind. JJ Moore, Ken Dorian Davis. Whitey Thompson still on pit road fixing that damage. It was pretty clear as day he had damage. Not very slow, but you know, slow for his standards. Jackson Brown has damage as well, and Thompson gets his fixed up. But Max Ford will be your leader. Let's see if we can't get Max Ford in here, see what his strategy idea is about. Max Ford, you got a copy in the booth? You know, you're the only guy that didn't pit there. You pitted before the stage. You know, just walk us through what your strategy is now for the rest of this race.
I knew coming to this race I wanted to pit both for the caution because I knew it was going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, and you know, like based off the fuel looking right now, is it a one stop from here on out, or is it a two stop? You know, do you got to save fuel? Like, what is it looking like right now for you?
Right now we got 21.1 laps,
Ooh.
we go 25 laps.
Oh, okay, yeah, you'll be fine then. But, you know, well, you know, good luck. You know, you won here last time. You know, you trying to go get this again?
And Zach's right next to me, and I will have his check.
Ooh, I forgot about that. All right, you know, all right, we're gonna let you go now. But you know, good luck. Don't wreck the car. Well, for those who do not know, Monday night in the truck race, Zachary Trevino was on the bottom and Max Ford was on the top, and Zach pretty much went to the corner and cleaned him out. So you know we're gonna be able to see maybe a little bit of redemption from Max Ford. Maybe he can go in there and you know put him in the wall, or you know he's not gonna give him any space. We know that. Teammates though, in the Cup Series, had a little moment Monday night. The lights are off on the pace car. So it is a one-stop race from here on out. No more fuel saving. Or no fuel saving is necessary to make it to the end of this race. They got 2 more sets of tires left. Trevino on the better tires than Max Ford. He did take it really easy though. But that heat cycle is now through him. And here we go. We're going to be coming to the green flag this time by. 5-lap fresher tires for Zachary Trevino, including the pace laps as well. We'll see how that is going to affect it. Maxwell pushing Ford and Davis pushing Trevino. Mach 5 row 2, and here we go. Green flag is out, and we're back underway again. Great jump for Max Ford on the bottom. Big push from Riley Maxwell, and he's moving down the track, really protecting that bottom lane. Trevino back to the top, into turn 1. Kaloff looking to the bottom. He's going to stay behind. Max Ford will prevail, and he will take the lead through 1. And it's not over yet. Trevino with the run off the corner. More grip. He runs him all the way down the racetrack. Running him all the way down, almost to the very bottom. He's going to drift it up now. Into the tunnel turn they go. Side-by-side racing, very hard racing between the two. Maxwell now right behind Ford. He's gonna give him a push down the second straightaway, and Ford right on the outside. They're doored next to each other's doors. Can't speak English is hard. Down the front stretch, and Trevino's got no draft and no help. He's only gonna go backwards from here. And he's side drafting really well though. They pinch and they touch. They touch it in turn 1. Trevino will clear. Ford not giving up yet. Trevino all the way to the bottom. Now he's snaking hard. He's there. Oh, there's contact. Oh my goodness. Into the tunnel turn. And Ford slides up. They touch again. Off the tunnel turn. They're still side by side. And into 3, they touch again almost. Max Ford all over Zachary Trevino. Riley Maxwell, J.J. Moore, and Davis got to be loving this. Mach 5 is 2 through 6 right now. They got to love what they're seeing these two battling as hard as they are, burning up their right front tire. Riley Maxwell almost gets put into the wall off the push. Into 1 now. Oh, and Maxwell almost runs over Max Ford. He's going to make a move to the top now. Off of turn 1. Trevino down to the bottom giving Ford draft. It's not going to matter. Ford's going to slot back in between Maxwell and J.J. Moore. And now, can Riley Maxwell do what he was doing at the end of the stage and run down Zachary Trevino? The gap is 2 tenths. Man, racing at Pocono is just so much fun. It's just constant action, entertainment. Max Ford hard on the wall, Jackson Brown hard on the wall, and so is Cash Culp in the back. And here we go. Maxwell 2.5 tenths. It seems these two are the two that had the pace. JJ Moore back there probably saving the right front tire. Same thing with Whitey Thompson as he's up to 4th. Max Ford all the way down to 6th place. Seems the heat cycle might have got to him a little bit. Cash in the wall again. Maxwell trying more of a line that Zach's been running. Really trying to arc it down. Field's starting to get pretty spread out now, and Trevino, still your leader, has led every lap but 2 of this race. Definitely, most definitely the car to beat today. Lap 25 of the race almost completed. Trevino really pulling away from Riley Maxwell. And JJ Moore now starting to get a little bit impatient behind his teammate. He wants to go to the front. He wants to have an opportunity to go win this race, maybe. Zachary Trevino out front still. And this is going to be the boring part of the race. Being, you know, all spread out single file. It's going to be the boring part of this one. And JJ Moore now looking on Riley Maxwell on the back, down the back straightaway. But guess who's right there as well? Whitey Thompson on a clean race car. This is the first time he's been driving with no damage. Down to 11 cars in the race. Brady Schreckengoss out, William Johnson out, Maggio out, and Joshua Gilbert are all out. And JJ Moore starting to get impatient behind his teammate. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see him let both of them go here. And Maxwell's going to go all the way up there. He's going to let JJ Moore through. Thompson's not going to go up in side draft. He's just going to run all the way down there. Accept his fate. Probably go back there again. Oh, and Jackson Brown. Oh, and he's going to save it. What a save from Jackson Brown. What a save from Brown. Oh, and everybody's into the outside wall. Oh my goodness, this has just been... Oh, and Max Ford! Oh, and he saves it. Jackson Brown will be pitting. More Jackson Brown strategies. We get to see this every week. Riley Maxwell now trying to defend from his teammate. And he lets Whitey Thompson through now. So Thompson now and JJ Moore trying to go run down Zachary Trevino. He's out front all by himself. These guys can pit and make it to the end in 5 laps time. According to Max Ford. Trevino's loving this. Sitting out front, saving the tire. Running solid lap times. Moore did gain almost a 10th that last lap. And he's slowly but surely closing in on him. Trevino's almost got a full second lead now. Less than 30 to go. And Kendor and Davis into the outside wall now. Lots of guys hitting off the corner. Max Ford smokes the wall. Gotta save it again. His strategy obviously did not work out for him. We got a battle for P2 here. The 2 title contenders all season. And Thompson will get in front of him. They think it's in the better interest for Whitey Thompson to be up front, be the leader. We'll see if Thompson can now run down Zachary Trevino. He was 2/10 slower that last lap. It looks like JJ Moore's right front tire's falling off. As we're starting to see that being a consistent habit. Up to the line and see the difference between lap times here. Zach is over a 10th faster that time, or basically a 10th faster. More 3/10 slower than Thompson and Trevino. JJ Moore trying new lines now. Driver is very, very loose off of turn 3. Almost wrecking almost every time. Almost wrecking almost every time down the front straightaway. Another lap completed. Trevino out front. Now these guys are in the pit window. Zach was 2/10 slower than Whitey Thompson that last lap. As Thompson starting to close in slowly but surely. There's a 2-second difference between the tire fall off as well between the top two guys on their best lap compared to what they just ran that last lap. So as we expected, tire fall off very, very big here at Pocono. This time, they are very, very, very even. 55.97 for Zachary Trevino, 55.95. For Thompson. Jackson Brown's on pit road, Max Ford's on pit road. And here comes Whitey Thompson on the pit road. And followed by Riley Maxwell. So they thought this was time to go. And Trevino will come down and he will cover him off. And does JJ Moore continue? I would not be surprised. And Zach locked up on a pit road. Is that going to be a speeding penalty for him? Does not look like it. JJ Moore now out front, followed by Carmelo Echeverria, who's in a battle with Henry Kaloff. Behind them is Peter Hoppy. And besides that, everybody else is pitted. We'll see what the 1 lap difference between the tires actually is going to be. And we'll see here as Zachary Trevino, he's getting off a pit road. There's Thompson right there. Who's going to win the race off and when they're going to get up to full speed? Thompson is right there entering the corner. Is he going to be able to get into his draft? No, he will not be. Zachary Trevino. He's put on a masterclass today, I'll tell you that right now. The whole talk all season's been, even with, me, is just who's going to be battling JJ Moore and Whitey Thompson the championship, and is there anybody that can compete with them? And for the most part, the season's been no. And Trevino, who's gotten to the playoffs not by not running that many races, is looking very, very quick here. Very, very quick as of recent, with an opportunity here to go win his first ever championship in the UIS. He's been in championship races. He's been so close. A lot of the times he's just not been able to show up towards the end of the season. This time it's different. He's out. He's the virtual leader. JJ Moore is your actual leader right now. And he will be coming down pit road this time by. JJ Moore is in the box. Henry Kaloff will go around. He will complete another lap. And Peter Hoppy will also go around and complete another lap. So Henry Kaloff followed by Peter Hoppy now, with less than 20 laps to go. Moore still in the pits. Trevino way out ahead. Kaloff will come down this time. And Hoppy will continue on. So Peter Hoppy, your new leader. 7 for Benjamin Hagstrom. Staying out, maybe praying for a yellow. He's out there just rolling around. And he will continue on for a little bit longer. JJ Moore back into 6th place. Now he's past Max Ford. 10-second difference between him and Zachary Trevino. And the tire difference is going to be 2 laps of a tire difference. Built almost a 10-second lead just by the entry and the exit of Zachary Trevino. And he's really just showing, why he's one of the top guys still, even after a down year. Coming to 16 to go this time by. Hoppy's still out in front. Only guy yet not to pit. Hoppy through 3 this time. And he will finally come down to pit road. So Zachary Trevino has reclaimed the lead. Followed by Whitey Thompson, Riley Maxwell, Kendorian Davis. Maxwell in the top 5 for, in the top 3 for one of the first times this season. You don't normally see that guy up there that much, but this time he is. He's had a really good race so far. He's had a pace to potentially win. Just has not had the tires to win races. Zachary Trevino now. 12 laps remaining. Coming to 11 to go now for Zachary Trevino. And Whitey Thompson really not gaining anything on him. Bradley Maxwell gaining about a tenth a lap. That's about it. And Trevino. Trevino out front, looking for win number 1 of the season. Looking for win number 1 of the year. In the year of 2026 and on the season, not just for this, but for all 3 series, he's yet to win. Now he's got 10 laps to go, and he's 10 laps away. By far better tires than everybody else in the field, except for JJ Moore, but Moore 8.5 seconds back with 10 to go. Not a chance he catches. That 2 car has been out front all day long, absolutely dominating. Kaloff and Max Ford, the only battle on track. Battling hard here for 6th place. Big spot for points, seeing Kobe Duckworth not here today. Max Ford all the way to the pit wall. The only battle that there is here. Kaloff trying to get underneath him. He cannot down the back straightaway now. He's going to have the run. Can he take it anywhere? He's looking low. Max Ford trying to hang on to it. Ford on 5-lap older tires, holding on as best as he can. Trying to get his driver, his teammate, any little bit of points he can that can help him out. There's almost contact off of 3. Ford very loose off the corner. And Kaloff now out in front of him. Ford all the way, almost just drove straight in the outside wall. He's got the run down the front stretch, side by side. The battle for the lead is within a second now as well. We'll get to that in a moment. Side by side in the tunnel turn yet again. Great battle for both these two. Max Ford almost hit the wall. Ford underneath him now, crossing him over. Oh, they door down the front stretch. My God. Into 1. Ford. Advantage to him. Hoppy's coming. Peter Hoppy's on the way. On better tires. He stayed out the longest. Remember that. Trying to get Benjamin Hagstrom some good points. 3 playoff guys right here. 2 of them subs. Kaloff into the corner. Almost loses the rear end. Pushing Ford up the track just a little bit. Almost contact again down the short chute. Into turn 3. Hoppy's right there. He's all the way on the outside. He's going to have a big run off the corner. Max Ford and Kaloff have been going at it for about 3 or 4 laps straight now. Ford trying to cross him over. Kaloff all the way to the bottom. Ford to the middle. Kaloff slides in front. Contact between him and Max Ford. They run each other down the track. Here comes Peter Hoppy on the outside. 3 wide into turn 1 for 5th. Sorry, for 7th. And through goes Hoppy. Ford clears Kaloff as well. What a battle it's been between the Ford and Kaloff, and Peter Hoppy swoops through and takes 7th place. Now he's on a very quick charge to try to go get Carmelo Echeverria, who he was 5/10 faster the last lap. He very well could go get a P6 here for Benjamin Hagstrom and his sub. And here comes Kaloff. He's coming right back at him. Opportunity not into one. Side by side here, coming to 5 to go. They're coming to 4 to go, I'm sorry. Max Ford in front of Kaloff. Zachary Trevino still out in front by over a second. He's more than likely going to win this race. Kaloff right on the back bumper of Max Ford. If we're going to get a caution, it's going to be from these two. There's a battle now brewing up for 4th place between J.J. Moore and Ken Dorian Davis. They're both right there near each other. So we got a couple battles here on the racetrack. Hoppy trying to close down Carmelo. More than likely not going to happen at this point. Even though Hoppy, that last time, was a full second faster almost. It's actually very well could happen at this point. And in the short shoot, Kaloff trying his hardest to get him. He's going to try to build up the run. He does have the better tires, or the fresher tires. And Ford going all the way to the bottom to avoid the side draft. Kaloff got the run. 3 to go. Oh, and Ford overcooked it. He locked up a little bit. Off of the corner. He locked up a little bit. Locked up the rear, it looked like, actually. Down the long back straightaway. Two more laps to go here. Battle for 8th place now. And these big playoff points, or not playoff points, but these big points for the playoffs, they can be very important for Kaloff and for Kobe Duckworth. Because you never know what could happen next week at the Glen. Max Ford at the bottom. Kaloff follows behind him. Is Kaloff burning his stuff up? Is there a chance he gets back to him? Who knows, but Zachary Trevino will take the white flag. Cash Culp, that guy behind him, not for position. The guy behind him is for position. And we got a battle for 3rd place here between 3 Mach 5 cars. Then Carmelo. Hoppy might be able to get him. We're going to have a few big battles here. White flag in the air for everybody. Can Hoppy run down Carmelo? Kaloff and Max Ford. Ford running them all the way up the track into turn 1. Down the back straightaway for the final time, though, for Zachary Trevino. Can Hoppy, can he make a run here at Carmelo Echeverria? He's to the bottom of the track. He's underneath them. They touch. He pushes him up into the tunnel turn. Shallow entry. Does not matter. But off of the final corner, for the first time this season, Zachary Trevino is victorious at Pocono. And followed by Wyatt D. Thompson, Maxwell, Davis. Can Davis hold off of J.J. Moore, his teammate and part owner? J.J. Moore, the finish behind him. Hoppy will get him, and off the final corner, Henry Catloff will not be able to get Max Ford. Great defense, but Zachary Trevino is victorious for the first time this season in all 3 series. He's dominated the race, led almost every single lap. Led almost every single lap this race. He definitely deserved the win. No doubt about it. Now the front stretch, he gets to burn it down. Trevino burns it down, parks down the front stretch. Get our interviews in when we can. Riley Maxwell, you got a copy in the booth?
Yeah.
You know, P3, you know, one of your I think this might be your best run of the season. You know, you did correct me a couple weeks ago, or whatever it was last week. But I believe this is your best run of the season. You know, you had the pace to win. You just didn't have the tires, it looked like. You know, just walk us through your race and what more you needed to be able to get to second or, you know, get that win.
Yeah, we started off really strong. Like, I immediately figured out that I had the pace to run up there, and I was going to run behind for a while, which was fun. Honestly, the biggest the biggest challenge of this track was the wind. Kept changing. So we were having a hard time adapting to that in the beginning. And Russell's kind of just trying to figure out where's the wind coming from this lap because it was changing per lap almost. So I just didn't save enough in the right areas in that last like run to kind of stay up there and maybe get second or first. But I'm still really happy with third. Finally getting to the booth with you, and it's a big win.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you've slowly been getting better and better throughout the season. You're finally getting that first top 3 in your UIS career. You know, what more is it going to take, do you think, or how much longer do you think it's going to take for you to be able to get that first win?
It's just I've been putting in the time. When I started it out, I didn't know what to expect, and the competition in UIS was steep, and so it kind of made me do a culture shock after those first few bad finishes, and so I just really relied on my team. They've been so great in helping me in the areas gain some more time over time. And then the last thing,
Oh shit! Hold on. We can't hear your interview. Oh god. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. You know, Riley Maxwell, P3. You know, you had the pace to win. You just didn't have the tires to win. You know, just walk us through your race and, you know, what more you needed to be able to get to the second or first.
Yeah, absolutely. Really the biggest challenge was just the wind. The wind was kind of changing. Towards the end there, it felt like it was changing every lap. We would come out of a new corner and all of a sudden the front end was lighter than it was the previous lap. So I had really good pace in that first stage. Stayed with Trevino for a while, and you know, in that last bit, I just didn't save the tires enough in the right areas, and the wind kind of got to us. And so, still really happy with P3. Happy to be in the booth with you and try to carry this momentum forward.
Yeah, it what more and how much longer do you think it's gonna take for you to get that first win?
Yeah, I mean, the team's been helping me a lot just get faster and faster every week, and I just need to send it more. I learned that a few weeks ago, and slowly just kept climbing up, climbing up top 10 consistently, and then kind of barking on the door top fives. And so now third, it's just I need to trust the car more and keep sending it.
Yeah, you were definitely at the pace today. I at first I thought you had a chance to go win the stage. There's a lot to be taken away from this race, but you got anybody you'd like to shout out before we before we send you back?
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, shout out Maxwell Plumbing, big sponsor. They help with all the designs and stuff, make the car look super fly. And then shout out Frost Motorsports, Mach 5, Ken Dorian, Wyatt, JJ especially. All those guys are just incredible teammates, and they help me in and every week to, we're all sharing information. We're all trying to get better and better as a team, and we had a dominant team performance here today. So excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we'll see you next week at the Glen here, and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. We'll bring in Whitey Thompson next. Whitey Thompson, you got a copy of the booth, man? Whitey Thompson, you got a copy of the booth?
So I do. How you
Oh,
doing?
all right, he's here. Why'd you not win?
Uh, I just wasn't that fast. I missed the corner a few times, had force feedback problems, which I can't blame that. He was just faster than me on most occasions there.
Yeah, you had the pace to compete maybe with Zach. I think you potentially had the opportunity to win. Um, did you get damage at the beginning of the race whenever you hit the wall, or no? Is that like why you were slow?
I got 14 seconds of damage. There was barely a crinkle in the nose, and I couldn't drive it. That's why I went ahead and let Riley go because it killed me by like half a second a lap. And it was, I think, 14 seconds worth. I barely snagged the wall.
Yeah,
Just the dirty air dragged us so hard.
yeah, you were you definitely looked like you had damage. You were definitely off the pace. You definitely did not have the speed you had normally, but you got another pole position. That puts you to 5 pole positions on the season. That's the main way you're getting these bonus points. You get 31 bonus points coming into these playoffs. What are you looking for the end of this round? Because at this point, you're almost locked in.
I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, getting podiums, and not getting wrecked out. Just staying out the back of the field because I know they're kind of crazy back there. Like the first 2 laps, I know we had like a big wreck. Apparently, I didn't see it, but that and then right after it, something else happened, and I know we had a few kind of interesting dive bombs when I was coming through the field.
Yeah, but yeah, anybody like to shout out? Obviously not the not the performance you want at this point, but you've been really consistent. You just don't win, so pretty much you're just not good enough to win. But you got anybody like to shout out before we send you back?
A shout out to the ARCA cars being at Worldwide Technology for me getting what is that 600 iRating this week,
Hell
grinding
yeah,
road to pro
hell yeah.
or attempting to do.
All right, we'll send you back now, and good luck on the rest of your season. Maybe you can go win a championship again.
Hopefully you have a nice.
Oh, you can. Oh, and he left. Okay. Uh, Zachary Trevino, man, you won.
Yeah, one.
You won, driver. Just walk us through your race. That dominant performance.
Yeah, no. We obviously had really good pace. I came in practice really late. I had like no practice at all, so just had to adapt in the practice and qualifying, and just kept our nose in dirty air clean air, and that's just what got us to win. Just taking care of our tires and keeping it consistent.
Yeah, you were definitely consistent. You were consistently the fastest all race long. Um, did you at any point of the race on that long green flag run? Did you think there was any way you lost or no? Or like,
Oh,
was there any?
if that caution came out at the end, I think I would have lost.
Yeah, um,
So I was just praying.
yeah. You had the pace to win Monday night. You could have went back to back, but this is your first win of the season across all three series. I feel like that's the longest it's been, and the longest it's taken you to win across or all in a single season. You know, the battle this season has been between J.J. Moore and Whitey Thompson. I feel like you just put yourself in that picture of a guy that could go win this championship. You didn't make the Cup playoffs, so is your sole focus this now? This series before up to the championship race to try to go win this championship.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be our main series to focus on instead of Cup. Actually, I don't. I might miss some Cup races just because, yeah. But yeah, no, definitely going to focus on this. And I didn't really care for like the season for both series at all at the beginning of the season, so I didn't show up. And then I was also busy, so. But now I'm good. So
Yeah, you've definitely had the pace to win. You know, every single time you've been on the racetrack. Does anything change with how you're driving at this point in the season, being, coming in with no playoff points versus, normally when you're coming in with a lot of playoff points?
no, nothing's gonna change. We're gonna have the same pace. This is definitely gonna carry some momentum too into the playoffs. So yeah, we'll just try to do our best and win it.
Yeah, definitely. You got anybody like to shout out before we send you back?
Yeah, I want to thank James Cesar for signing me, and I want to thank Hector and Maxwell and Nicholas Road for taking over at Daytona right now. I want to thank Chad Tubala, my goat.
Is Chad
We should
racing
just
with
get him
you?
back in here. Hell no, bro,
Yeah.
he'd be dead. But yeah, that's about it.
How are you guys doing?
We're in P1 right now.
Oh,
So
nice, man. So are we. We'll let the big JQ drive and got the lead. But
Jacob's racing with you?
yeah,
Oh,
last minute pickup.
oh man.
I wrecked the car. I wrecked the car at first, and Jacob's took us to the lead. But we'll send you back now, and good luck on the rest of your season, and maybe we can go see you win a championship finally.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Appreciate it.
All right, P1 for Zachary Trevino. That'll do it for the interviews today. Zachary Trevino gets his first win of the season, and after a very long race, it was only an hour and a half, but it felt like a very long one. Very boring race. Zachary Trevino dominates, and next week we'll be at Watkins Glen tomorrow night. We're live at Pocono on the UBN network at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll catch